Hello, everybody. Myself, Harpreet Sandhu. I've studied and studied and studied business so that you guys don't have to. I've studied it and obsessed about it for the last 4 or 5 years or so. Invested £30,000 plus on six of the best mentors and absorbed the information and then intuited using this thing over here, intuition and superconsciousness, combining that with this thing over here, business and entrepreneurship, and like magic, creating the Intuitive Business Academy and my sixth step, the Wheel of Business. So we are still using the Wheel of Business. So remember that Wheel of Business is 6 steps to creating a super conscious magical business. You need to know all of these steps. Some of you probably wondering, like, gosh, why is Harpreet giving away all this amazing content? Well, yes, I want to be giving away stuff and being of service, and helping you guys having breakthroughs, having deep shifts, which everyone's having. But also, it's really important to underline that when you actually go on this journey with something like the Intuitive Business Academy, or if you work with me one-to-one, then actually that's where you see a lot of my clients have the big shifts. Quite a few of my clients have been on the masterclasses and been on the challenge and dipping in, and it's amazing what they're creating because we have real deep shifts there. And the really important part here is structure. We've all heard William say that structure is sexy, that famous famous sentence. And what I love is structure, because 99.9% of what we do in business and life is structural. And if you're not getting the right results, take a look around and look at your corresponding emotions. Is it feeling stuck? Is it feeling difficult? Is it feeling chaotic? Are you in your lower identity of being a procrastinator, the helpless victim, the powerless little girl, the helpless little boy, whatever that is for you? And then be aware of that and alchemize that and shift to the higher. Shift to the higher. Always use will and awareness and refocus towards your end result, or refocus towards what you would love. The bridge in business, have this as a brain tattoo. A brain tattoo is something that you keep repeating over and over again, like a parrot. So the bridge in business is, what would I love? Number 1. Number 2, what is my genius? Number 3, what is obvious? So whenever I work with people on the Intuitive Business Academy or one-to-one, we dive deep into all those areas and we go through the Wheel of Business, the 6 steps. So as you can imagine, with the Wheel of Business, there's 6 steps. So there's infinite amount of structures, intuitive business structures. And I don't know if you've ever seen a pendulum. A pendulum goes left and right. It's always swinging. And you might feel like in your business you're swinging from left to right, positive one day, negative one day, going well one day, going not so well the other day, celebrating success, not celebrating success, the ups, the downs, the positives, the negatives. It's always swinging up and down. But how do you stop a pendulum swinging? Well, of course you go to the top part. What you hold. And the best way to stop the pendulum swinging is this top part. So if we were to laser into this top part, how do we stop this swinging? Is super conscious structures of business. Put that down, have that as a brain tattoo. Super conscious structures of business. So this is what you need to have, is these super conscious structures of business. This is why people I'm working with are getting the best results, because they're combining intuition with super conscious and business, because we connect into all time and space. We're outside of our ego, we're outside of our perception, and we are just creating magically. So you must learn. You must continue on this journey to kind of learning all of the kind of structures that you can have with something like this. So there's many structures you can have. There's an infinite amount of structures that I create from. I am the Eagle Astronaut. That is my superpower. That is my super genius, as William said. So if you want to know more about that, then let me know. But today we're looking at the 4th step. And actually, before coming on here, I actually had something different that I was going to teach. There was some more kind of advanced business stuff that I was going to teach. But actually I wanted to stick to something that felt obvious, because everything in business is obvious. Everything is structural. And actually there's something that's important in terms of the structure that is important to teach. So I'm going to be integrity. So be integrity. Make sure you always know what your brand values are in business and live from that. So we had some incredible breakthroughs from people in the academy. with understanding their brand values and some cool stuff that you can do around that. Like, ooh, amazing stuff. So today we're going to look at the third part of your business sweet spot. This is also sometimes known in Japanese culture as your reason for being. And so we have three circles in your business sweet spot. What is your true nature and purpose? We've looked at that. And actually, with each of these circles, you have an egoic relationship, which is fascinating. So we've looked at your higher true nature and purpose and your lower true nature and purpose. This circle has a crocodile jaw. We are about to look at what you would love to create. This also has a crocodile jaw. We've also looked at yesterday, what does the world need? What does your community need? How can I create powerfully what my client base need, what my niche needs, what my whoever I'm serving, whether it's a single parents, it's the mums, the dads, the artists, the creatives, the creators, the geniuses, the women's circles, the entrepreneurs, whoever you're serving. You really need to understand what are their biggest problems and what are their biggest challenges and what are they going through, and then be able to solve those problems. But today we're looking at the second circle over here, which is what would you love to create? The bridge is always what you would love to create. So let's close our eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. And just breathe out. Let's imagine, using the work of magicians, a big bright circle. Let's make that big and bright using our imagination. And we're simply defining that circle as, what would I obviously love to create next? What would my heart obviously love to create next in my business? Let's now connect to innocence, which is not needing to know, not needing to understand. It's a place of emptiness and stillness. Let's jump into that circle and see what is obvious about our heart would love to create next in business. Okay, so write down what you get and then keep jumping into that circle. Keep jumping in and saying, what else would my heart love to create next? What else would my heart love to create next? What might my heart be resisting that my heart would love to create next in business? The language is key here. I'm not saying what would I love to create. We're saying what would my heart love to create? Because our heart, and why is this important? Because our heart is a reflection of what we want to create in business. Our business is a reflection of what we create from our heart, and vice versa. So write all that down, connect to intuition, get your answers.